guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Hannah, and for today's look we're doing a copper eye with a nude lip. And I love to wear copper eyes because I have hazel eyes and it really makes my eyes pop and makes them look way more green, and it's just a pretty look to wear. Make sure to subscribe down below, help your girl out, and give this video a thumbs up. And my social medias will always be in the description box along with all the makeup products that I use in this video. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's go ahead and get into this tutorial. Okay, so to start this out, we're gonna go ahead and go in with the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. And I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. I'm gonna take that color on a M441 brush. Just slightly putting that into my crease. Okay, so now that we have like a slight transition down, we're gonna go in with this Colourpop eyeshadow palette. And this is the Yes Please palette, maybe? I don't know. But we're gonna go in with this shade right here, which is just kind of like a terracotta shade. So we want to keep this eye pretty warm since we are using copper shade on our lid. I'm just going to take that on that same M441 and just lightly blend it into our crease. Okay, with the clean brush, we're just going to blend that out. On an M433 brush, we're gonna go in with this shade right here, and this is the Morphe 39A palette, and we're just gonna put that in our crease a little bit below what we just put into our crease. And then back in with that same brush that we used for our transition shades, and we're just blending that out. So now with that same brush, I'm going to go back in with the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to go in with this shade right here, which is just more of a deeper burnt red. Go ahead and cut our crease, and I'm just going to go in with the concealer that we used as our base and just put some on the back of my hand. And I'm going with this flat brush that has a kind of a point, and this is what I like to use to carve out my crease because this is a little difficult. So I'm basically just going to put a little bit on my lid and then look up, and that's how far I need to cut my crease. So now that we have our crease carved out, we're going to go in with this Morphe 25A palette, and we're going to go in with this copper shimmer shade right here. And I'm going to start out with my finger and just put that shade on top of where we just carved out our crease. Okay, now I'm going to go with this brush. This is just a little flat lid brush. I'm going to go back in with that shade and then spray my brush just to make this shade a little bit more vibrant and really show up on our lid. So now that we have that shade on, we're going to go back in with that M441 brush, or no, the M433 brush, and we're going to go back in with this Jaclyn Hill palette, and we're going to go in with this shade and this shade and just mix those two together. We're just going to put that in our crease again and just blend out what we just did, blend out those lines on the outer part of our eye too. Okay, and we're also going to deepen that up. And we're going to go in with this shade here on the same brush. And actually, we're going to mix this shade and this shade together, just to deepen this outer V a little bit. And then we're gonna go back in with the brush that we used for our transition shade and blend this out. Then we go with the flat definer brush, and you don't have to do this, but I think it kind of defines where you just cut your crease a little bit more. And I'm gonna go in with that red shade and just pick some of that up, not too much. I'm kind of gonna like pat it off on my hand. I'm just gonna go around where we just cut that crease. And then I'm gonna go in with the little brush. And blend that out. Go in with an M506. It's just a little blending brush. And I'm gonna go in with just a little bit of this dark brown shade right here. It's almost as like a black, but it has a brown undertone. I'm just gonna go in with this little pencil brush. This is a E36, and I'm gonna highlight my inner corner, so I'm gonna go in with these two shades. Oh, these two shades, and just highlight this inner corner. Okay, so now we're just going to apply a little bit of mascara. This is the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. So I just primed with the Smashbox Primerizer, and I'm going to go in with foundation now. I'm going to use the Maybelline Matte and Poreless. This is in 102 Porcelain. I used to love this foundation, but I found that it could sometimes give me flashback. And if you don't know what flashback is, it's basically when your foundation has SPF in it, or your concealer or your powder, and SPF kind of, when you take a flash picture, it just casts a white, it gives a white cast onto your face. And I felt like I would get this sometimes with this foundation, but I wanted to try it again because I used to love the coverage of it. I'm gonna go with my Real Technique sponge and just blend this foundation out. Now we have the foundation down. I'm gonna go with that concealer. This is the L'Oreal Full Wear Concealer, and mine is in eggshell. This concealer feels a little thick, so I don't want to put on too much. And again, we're just gonna let this concealer sit for a little bit, for like a few minutes, and then I'll come back and blend it out. So sit for a little bit, so I'm just gonna blend it out. This concealer has really good coverage, so if you need to cover up dark circles or bags or just brighten up your under eye, this will definitely do it. But I wouldn't go too heavy-handed with this because it could get cakey. We're gonna go ahead and set this concealer, and I'm gonna use the Maybelline Fit Me powder in translucent on a E3 brush. I'm just gonna set underneath her eyes and blend these creases out. Anything that might have settled into our lines, and just blend that out. And now I'm gonna go with this big brush. This is the E2 brush, and just set the rest of my face with this powder. Okay, so now we're gonna bronze. I'm gonna use the Physicians Formula bronzer on a 527 brush. And now that we have bronze, we're gonna go with the same Physicians Formula bronzer on this powder brush and just lightly carve out our cheeks. This brush is from Sephora. I don't think you can get it anymore, but this is just a regular powder brush. And I could have used something that would actually that's more tapered, like this brush that comes to a point. But I kind of want this a little bit lighter and more so just adding a little bit of definition. I'm gonna go ahead and bake with the Maybelline Fit Me translucent powder. And I'm gonna take this on a separate sponge and just bake. And then I'm gonna go back over that with that brush and just brush off any powder that might be on our actual bronzer. And while that sits, we're gonna go ahead and do our lower lash line. Okay, so I just put some brown liner into our waterline. And so now we're gonna blend that out. We're gonna go first in, we're gonna go with these two shades and kind of bring that right up against it. We're gonna go with the M506 brush and we're gonna go with the red shade that we've been using, this one, and just blend out that brown. Okay, I'm gonna go with a little bit of that copper shade that we used on our lid on that flat brush. And just take that little bit on our lower lash line, just add a little bit of a pop of that copper shade. So now I'm gonna take my sponge, this is a damp sponge, and just push in this powder. I'm actually gonna take this E3 brush and just push that in and wipe off any excess powder that we have sitting on our skin. And I'm gonna go back in with that bronzer and just kind of redefine that color. Now we're gonna spray our face. This is the Badescu spray. And that's just gonna help all those powders just to sink into our skin. And I'm gonna use the Anastasia brush. This is the Anastasia A23 brush, and this is the Becca Moonstone highlighter. This is just the pale gold. And I'm gonna spray my brush again and just go onto our cheeks. Okay, so now we're gonna contour our nose. I'm gonna use this brush. This is just a little eyeshadow brush that is a little bit pointed. We can go back in with that bronzer and just kind of take this in here up into our eyeshadow and bring it down our nose. Back over that with our sponge. And now we're gonna go with blush. I'm gonna use the Milani Luminoso blush. And this is just an angle brush that we're gonna use. This one is also from Sephora. And we're gonna spray our face. mascara to our lower lash line. I'm just going to use that same L'Oreal Lash Paradise. Okay. And now we're going to do our lips. So I'm just going to take off my lip balm and any foundation or powder on my lips. And we're just going to go in with the MAC Whirl Lip Pencil. And I'm going to go in with the lip brush. This is the Morphe E35 brush. And just blend out that lip liner. I'm going to go in with the MAC Honey Love lipstick. And kind of just blot this onto my lip. And now that we have that on, you can leave this matte if you want, but I'm going to turn it into a gloss. No, I'm going to put on a gloss. This is the Dose of Colors Can You Not Gloss. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.